Alright people, we are about to start a new series. Like, share and subscribe. We start the new manhwa with some warrior, I guess, smiling in the face of death. There are all these other warriors in the middle of getting destroyed, but they finally made it this far. And now they just need to defeat this super powerful enemy who is shooting lasers at them. One of the laser hits this warrior, and he knows he is fucked, because he just got the ace treatment and became a donut. This donut now falls to his knees, and then falls on the ground. This warrior knows he got hit with a fatal blow. Warrior is dying and thinks that in the end, he's going to die without having been able to do anything. Well, that's pretty much how we are all going to die. Now this nearly dead warrior looks at something, and he is looking at this archenemy of mankind, the Liquidator. Seriously, that's the name? Okay, now we are told that one day an unknown threat appeared and destroyed an entire continent. Man, this is reminding me very much of Demon Rush manga by YouTuber Mastar, but awesome design, weird name though. And the group created to protect the mankind from this awesome angel-looking guy included a man who survived a giant meteorite without a scratch. He was the world-protecting shield, named Brian Miller. Group also included a thick great sage said to have power equal to an entire division. She was called Bella Albright, loved the name Bella. A divine archer named Jacob Bloomfield, who took down a dragon in a single shot. There was also the sword Saint Amy White, the strongest swordswoman to ever come into existence, and all of these super strong warriors are now fighting this liquidator. And then there is our donut and other warriors, the so-called support unit. In reality they are just sacrificial pawns, and this foot soldier is Gray Lee, just Gray is alright, and this donut thinks that these other warriors are really strong. Now we are told that these awesome warriors are the graduates of the World Union Academy. They are really good at fighting this liquidator, but Gray, probably our MC, had no idea the difference between them would be so large. Now these warriors attack all together, and this liquid maker is hit. Our donut MC clenches his fist thinking that it doesn't matter whether this support unit is there or not. Amy is going full throttle, but our donut is getting angry and crying thinking that they trained so hard, yet they are just going to die. We switch to this juice maker, getting hit by Amy, and this being his hit, Liquidator is impressed, and asks if this means he should stop, but nope, this bitch charges a bigger attack, and swings around these massive lasers. The laser cuts Amy and every other warrior. This juice maker grinded them all, and such a cool panel. Even Gray is like, damn dude. Liquidator stopped playing around and showed his real power. MC can't believe that thing took them out in a single blow. He was only playing with them. MC now knows that there is absolutely no way they can win this. Our donut has no more blood left, but this MC is still not dying, and he notices that it has been a long time since he was pierced, so he looks at all the blood and wonders why the fuck is he still alive. More importantly, how all this blood is dripping down, and with one more blood drop it looks like someone or something found MC. Some voices like, come forth, you who wield great power. MC is completely shocked to hear this, and bam! He is resurrected in some weird place. Gray wonders if this is afterlife, but it looks a bit barren. Now he looks to the side and asks this Elden Ring looking boss, who the fuck are you? Man, this dude looks awesome. Now like some oracle he tells MC that he has not perished, and his wounds have already been healed. MC remembers that he bled out and asks if this being healed him. Being tells him that it was not him, but it was MC's own power. MC wonders what power is this being talking about. This divine a-hole is like, I cannot explain it to you, for even he is unable to properly analyze his power, but he does tell Gray that his power is greater than that juice maker's, that is if he can control it properly. MC, all worried, asks if they can win this. Divine a-hole is like, I do not know, and he won't have high hopes, yet he also believes that they need to get rid of this Samsung juice maker, which is why this piece of shit puts his hand through MC, making him a donut once more. Now Gray can leave, like what the actual fuck, man. But suddenly MC starts glowing with this bright light. Oh okay, this is how that being gave MC some of his power. Man, such a cool panel. MC is glowing like crazy. We are back in the battlefield. He is trying to get up and grabs his sword, and the instant he lifts it, it starts going dark. This black sword is his power, but it's not the divine being's power. MC understands and steps forward. Liquidator notices him, but it's too late, and Gray all Ichigo like attacks with his Heaven Piercer Moonfang. Liquidator can't believe this. To think there was still a strong person remaining. Gray is sure his attack did some damage, so he dashes forward again. MC is sure his powers are stronger, and he is locked in, but the Liquidator is like, do not underestimate me, and he hits MC with some sort of light beam. Gray is like, what just happened? And his whole upper body and the surroundings are completely destroyed. This destroyer commends MC for forcing him to use his full power. But suddenly this juice maker senses danger. Someone very strong is staring at him. All scared he turns around to see, and we see someone cloaked in darkness and holding the demon slayer from Black Clover. Oh man, this looks so cool. The sword, the aura. Juice maker is like, what the fuck, and quickly puts up his shield, and asks if MC is even human. Gray is looking so damn cool here. And so he attacks with his massive demonic sword and shield clash. Juicer is trying to hold it but he's getting pushed back, and he is completely destroyed, with this massive wave from MC. Now dying Liquidator asks again if MC is really human. Gray has the same question for him. Gray now gets down to the ground, so does the Juicer. They are both impressed at how they are still alive. MC compliments him that his strength is nothing to sneeze over. Liquidator opens his mouth to say something, but before he could speak MC gets up in his face and tells him that he's going to crush him over and over again until he's dead. And so Gray attacks this juice maker again, and this time his golden blood comes out. Liquidator calls MC a monster, but suddenly this bastard does some hand sign and starts glowing like some fallen angel, and tells us that time's up. Moon now appears in the sky. MC is shocked to see that it suddenly became night, but MC is like, well, so what, and goes to attack this being again. He swings his sword again but this time it is blocked by the golden shield. MC is shocked and confused to see this. Liquidator now tell him that it's all futile. Within this plane of true dusk, nothing is capable of harming him, so he did a domain expansion, and he tells MC to stop his useless resistance and take a look at the stars. MC looks up but he can't believe what he's watching. It's the stars and they are shining like crazy. Liquidator now asks, aren't they beautiful? And this meteor is about to fall on Gray, and bam, the nuke drops. This literal Liquidator is enjoying the scene. The blast clears and we see a giant crater where Gray was. Liquidator is sure that MC won't be able to revive if he's completely pulverized to dust, but some weird energy starts swirling inside the crater which shocks the Liquidator. A huge magic circle appears in front of him. Now the other divine being states that maybe MC has gathered a great amount of power, and this much should be enough to bring him back. Juice Maker realizes that this is Kronos speaking. Kronos now calls out to the one who wields great power, and he tells them that after using all of his power, he is going to send them back to the past. Liquidator yells at this bastard Kronos. Kronos tells MC that this is all he can do for him. This cosmic clock now starts counting backwards, and as it reaches 1, Kronos entrusts the fate of this world to Gray, and with that MC wakes up back in time. Gray wakes up and wonders where the fuck is he? What is this? Like some 4K panel, this looks so gorgeous. Now with the wind blowing, MC realizes that this is his hometown, the Renadu village. But according to MC it shouldn't be here, because it was destroyed 15 years ago. MC now remembers that Kronos sent him back to the past. MC can't believe it actually happened, but suddenly he feels this blinding pain in his arm, and he remembers that around this time he was being picked on by elders and others. Gray can't let himself be beaten by guys like them, but MC remembers that these bullies were very strong, so there's no way he can beat them. Gray now closes his eyes and wonders if defeating the Liquidator was just a dream. Gray now gets up and starts walking, thinking that he doesn't want to get hurt, so he'll deal with the bullies once he's a bit stronger. But speak of the devil, and he appears. Standing in front of MC is this guy named Belder. He and his other Slytherin members were looking for MC, and Gray sure made them go through a lot of trouble. Now this bastard throws MC a sword and tells him to pick it up. Gray is all confused looking at the sword. Belder tells MC to stop acting dumb and invites him for a mock battle, but Gray tells them that his injury hasn't fully healed yet. He thanks them for inviting him, but he cannot partake in this mock battle. Now all these bullies take out their blunt swords and tell MC no need to worry, it's safe. MC argues that even if it's blunt, it's still a piece of iron. If they hit someone with these in the wrong place it could hurt bad. Belder now slams his sword on the ground and tells Gray to shut the fuck up and fight already. Looking menacing AF, Belder tells MC that he has no right to say no. If he doesn't like the swords, then he can fight without a weapon, and he charges at Gray. MC is scared to see that this guy wants to just beat up an unarmed opponent. What happened to this being a mock battle? He wonders. Now Gray tells us about his injury, that before he was sent back a military doctor told him that the reason why his swordsmanship wasn't improving was because of the injury he sustained as a child. MC remembers that this is how his life as a loser began. Belder now attacks MC, but Gray easily dodges the attack. Even he himself is shocked at what he just did. MC has no idea where are the strikes. They are not hitting him. Belder keeps swinging but MC is easily dodging them. He wonders if Belder's attacks were always this slow. Dude has become Neo from Matrix. Gray is dancing around this bastard. Not a single strike is hitting him. MC knows something is different. Belder is getting angry at this dancing MC. Another attack is coming for Gray. Gray easily evades it and realizes that he is the one getting faster. Other bullies are watching MC, but he looks like someone completely different. MC knows he doesn't have the body like before, but he is still going to pick the sword, because he still got the memories of the battles he fought. Belder is about to swing again, but MC parries the attack and knocks back the sword. MC is amazed that just the parry was enough to throw Belder off his feet. Now he wonders if it's okay for him fight this amateur, but he decides that this bastard is not someone who deserves his pity. It's these pieces of trash who tormented him because he couldn't fight. Gray readies to attack, and because he is stronger now, he knocks the sword out of Belder's hand. Belder can't believe what just happened. MC is sure this bastard is worse than an amateur, because they haven't been trained on how to receive a blow from a sword. MC steps forward and tells him that there's no need to worry, because these guys just taught him that as long as the blade's been dulled, it's totally safe to beat someone with it. Gray swings his sword and cuts Belder. Blood erupts from his shoulder. Noticing this, everyone screams and Belder drops to his knees, now looking like Lady from Devil May Cry. MC wonders, wasn't the blade blunted? Gray checks the sword and it's completely blunt. If this was sharp, he might have really killed Belder. MC now gives Belder a death stare and hits him on his mouth and nose with the blunt side of the sword. Belder is thrown back and he loses some teeth, now standing all bad boy like MC. Asks why is Belder screaming so much. The one who told him that a blunt sword is safe was him, no? Belder is scared shitless of this monster, so he yells at his thugs and tells them to beat MC. Bullies fear this MC who suddenly got stronger, so they decide to jump him together from behind. Now all three of them start moving around Gray. MC, all menacing, asks if these guys want another round. Everyone charges at MC to kill him, but our boy is just aura farming. He was going to overlook this, but all we hear now are screams, and now we see all these bullies with bruises the size of golf balls. Gray now stands over these bullies, remembering how he used to be scared of these guys. MC now asks if these guys are from the Seria Swordsmanship Dojo. They are kind of. These bastards thought they got really strong, so they haven't been going lately. MC wonders if this is what they mean by strong. He shouldn't expect much from this dojo, but regardless, it might have its uses. MC knows this dojo is by referral only, so he tells these bullies to introduce him to this dojo. Belder tells him to ask someone else. If their master found out he lost, he'll be very angry. MC swings his sword and states, then shall they continue what they were doing? And we see that Gray cut a leaf with that blunt sword. Seeing this, Belder quickly runs, leading the way and ready to introduce him to the dojo. Other bullies tell him to hold up and wait for them. Scene now shifts to this town or maybe village. Belder now asks why does MC want to go to this dojo? MC asks that the dojo has recommendation slot for the academy, right? And yes, Belder did hear something like this. And why Gray wants to go. One of the bullies states that Gray is already very strong without going to the academy. MC tells them that it would be nice if this was enough, but he knows that even the world's strongest lineup was no match for that juice maker, and even when Gray used that power, he couldn't even scratch him when he got serious. Gray has no idea how strong he has to become to be able to beat that thing, but he has some clues as what to do. Gray remembers that during his demonic form, he felt it for a second, but MC was able to control the dark power. MC remembers that what he focused on that moment was the swordsmanship taught to him by the Sword Saint. Gray now wonders that if he had spent more time training in the same conditions as the Sword Saint, then that battle's outcome might have been different. MC is sure that is why Kronos sent him back in time. Now we switch to some swordmaster, and as she understands that these bullies tried to pick on a civilian with what they learned at the dojo, and ended up getting their ass handed to them instead. This thick and awesome looking dojo instructor is Saria, and I love her. Awesome design. Belder now tells this thick master that they were just doing a mock battle, but master is like fuck that, and smacks him across the room. Master yells at him to stop making excuses. Every bully is scared of her, and she tells them that if they call beating up someone unarmed a mock battle, then that just now was also a mock battle, right? She now points her sword at Belder and tells her to leave and never return, and it's for all of them. From this point forward they can never call themselves a student of this dojo, and so all the bullies leave. Master now sits before Gray and apologizes for her former students and the trouble they caused him. MC tells her no need to worry about it. Master thanks him. Now she asks if MC wanted to get recommended to the academy. That's right, MC replies. MC asks her to do this as an apology for all the trouble those bullies caused him. Master tells him that as much as she would like to write a letter of recommendation, she has to confirm his abilities first. MC understands and Saria hands him a wooden sword. Saria now offers Gray the first move. He can attack whenever he's ready. MC starts swinging and we get this awesome panel. Master seems impressed, and realizes that Gray's swordsmanship is quite practical for his age. It feels like he's been through countless battles. Master swings to attack, but MC parries her sword and knocks it back. Master now realizes that Belder and the others were no match for Gray. His style is mostly self-taught, but sometimes it seems similar to the style taught at the academy. Master wonders if someone taught him, but it's still rough. He has a lot of talent, but he's a diamond in the rough. Master is ready to wrap things up, so she locks in and charges at Gray. MC notices her and he is ready to counter the attack, and so they both do. Their max power swings at each other, and they keep going. These two sword masters are not stopping. Saria now finds it strange that Gray is not faltering. Why and how is he keeping up with her? Saria just wanted to test his skills, so she wonders why is she fighting with everything she got. and more importantly why is she so afraid of this child? Oh man, Gray is looking so cool and terrifying. MC now swings with his demon aura, but Master is able to evade the attack. She had a bad feeling but it was just a wild swing. MC now takes a second to breathe, but the Master found his weakness and she dashes in to attack. She is ready to end this battle with this attack. She swings her sword but is shocked to see that her wooden sword has been cut. Like and subscribe for more. Let's start where we left and we see Saria looking back in shock. It's her broken sword with some dark residual from Gray's attack. Gray remembers this sensation. It's the same as when he was fighting that juicer. He still has the dark power. Suddenly MC feels this pain, and he drops to his knees. Master asks what's wrong. Is he alright? Gray's body is not keeping up with his power. MC tries to stand up and tells her that he's okay, but he could barely stand, so Gray decides not to use this dark power carelessly. Now he wonders if he should tell Saria about this power. Master and her boobs are very confused about what is going on. MC decides not to tell her, and even if he tells her, she wouldn't believe him. Plus it's something Gray can't control yet. Now all smiling he tells her that he just got carried away. Master looks at her broken sword and thinks that logically it's absolutely impossible to cut her sword with a wooden blade. She is sure that Gray realizes this as well. Gray, now trying to act dumb, asks if something is wrong. Master realizes that he doesn't want to talk about it, and so the duel is over and Saria asks if MC wanted a recommendation to the academy, and yes he does, because he heard she could give one. Master assures him that she can. She certainly can give him a recommendation to the kingdom's finest educational institute, the Royal Academy of Swordsmanship, but she can't recommend that he go there, because he's not suited for that place. Gray is not happy to hear this. MC is angry and thinks that maybe he lacks strength. He could hardly do anything except at the last moment. Master now tells him that he should instead go to the World Union Academy. It's the kingdom's finest, but the world's finest institution. MC remembers that's the place where the Sword Saint and the other awesome heroes come from. Gray now asks if someone like him even be accepted there. Master is like, no, it's impossible. Master now states that he should have realized it by now, that his body is nowhere near fit enough to be a swordsman. If it's the Royal Academy he might be able to fake it with his skills, but these skills won't pass for the World Union Academy. Master now asks, how on earth did MC even acquire such skills with his feeble body? Gray just laughs it off. He knows everyone from that academy is a genuine monster. With a body like his, he can't even compete. Why are you giving up? Master asks MC, and tells him that there are still 9 months since the entrance exam. But it's only 9 months, MC replies. Saria agrees that's not enough time, but she wants Gray to trust her, and she asks if he's ready to suffer for the next 9 months. Gray is like, I don't want to suffer, but he'll do it, and he asks Saria to take care of him for the next 9 months. 9 months, and all the dialogue about taking care. Feels like Gray is about to get pregnant, lol. Master is happy about this answer, so now then, Master is ready to begin his hell. And as the days pass, Gray is going through his training and dieting montage, getting stronger and faster every day. Now 8 months later, Gray is jacked and ripped and handsome as fuck. Master is impressed at how muscular he's become. Saria has nothing more to teach him anymore, and she tell him to go out there with confidence. Gray is confused and states that there's still 1 month until the exam. Master now tells him that taking an exam in a place he's not used to, so it's not going to be easy, which is why it's best to get there early. Now this thick Master gives him enough money for the trip and a month's worth of food. MC is like he can't take this, and isn't going a month early too soon. It's like she's trying to chase him out of the village. Master tells him to stop overthinking it. Gray now tells us that there was an ogre's nest found around the village, and there are hardly any guards in this village. Master remembers that they did find a nest, but that has nothing to do with them. She tells MC, help will come from the royal capital, so they have nothing to worry about. So Gray should head to the exam without any worries, but MC is not sure about all this. He knows she's lying. No help will ever come to this village, and he remembers that right before the village is destroyed, Saria will lose her life. It was said that she was killed when she went to kill the ogre alone, but he understands, which shocks Saria. Gray takes the money and thanks the Master. He'll be going now. Master smiles to hear this and tells him that she'll pray for him to pass the exam. Scene shifts and it's night now, and we see some skeletons with spears in their mouths stuck to the trees. Saria is tracking the blood according to the scout's report, and she found a trail. Suddenly some voice asks her, where are you going, Master? Saria looks up and it's Gray sitting atop a tree, looking handsome as fuck in this moonlight. Next chapter starts with Saria being shocked to see this gorgeous and glistening MC. She asks why is he here? Shouldn't he be on his way to the academy? Gray is like that's my line and does a superhero landing. He remembers that Saria told him that the army from the royal capital will take care of the ogre nests. Saria lies that they couldn't come because of some urgency, so she decided to deal with it, because she alone is enough and she knows the strength of the nest from the scout's report. The nest's boss is an elite ogre, and the nest has about 50 monsters. Master admits that fighting all these monsters will be a tad tricky. MC remembers that this elite ogre isn't strong on its own, but his real strength lies in its intelligence and leadership, and considering the risk of getting surrounded, it's suicidal to fight alone. And there's one thing Gray knows for sure, is that if he lets Saria go alone, she won't make it out alive, and the village will be destroyed by the ogres. MC has seen that future with his own eyes, so he pleads Master to take him with her. Master reminds him that she alone is enough. Gray now tells her that he doesn't want to miss this chance to gain some real combat experience, or does she think he will only get in the way? Gray really wants to accompany her. Master assures him that he won't get in his way. She can't even beat him in a mock battle anymore, but no one knows what might happen in a real fight, especially against a monster's nest that suddenly formed. For a dangerous job like this, it's best to wait until he's got a bit more experience in real fights. MC now asks that she really insists on going alone. If that's the case, he has some idea. What idea? Master asks, and so MC is going to fight the Master and knock her out cold, and he'll deal with the ogres himself. Gray now points his blade at Saria. Oh boy, this got spicy. Master thinks about this, and she gives up, but she makes MC promise that no matter what happens, he needs to come back alive. MC plans to do that, and he makes her promise as well. Master is like, of course. By the way, they are both carrying 2 swords. Interesting. Scene shifts and our duo has arrived at the nest. Duo is scouting the area and it's a terrain that leaves no room to escape. These ogres seem very confident building a nest in this kind of location. Gray and Saria know that they cannot escape either. They are about to fight some intelligent monsters, so they need to be cautious. Master notices something, and she doesn't see the boss anywhere, and wonders if he's in the tent. Duo plans to thin down the numbers before their boss comes out. Master now orders MC to take out all the ogres from one side, and she'll take the other side. Understood, MC replies, and so this master-student duo charges at the nest. This poor ogre notices someone and looks to the side, but Saria is already over its head, fully locked in, and she beheads this Shrek in this beautiful panel. Some other ogre sees the head, and quickly tells everyone else. Now this enraged ogres get ready to attack, but Gray is already slicing them to pieces. Even more ogres attack, but MC just keeps on going. He's gotten a lot stronger physically. Master is also not showing any signs of slowing down, but I guess it would be faster they used both swords, like dual wield them. We get another cool panel with Gray beheading some more ogres, and in no time, they have cleared a lot of the ogres. Master is really impressed with MC and asks if this is really his first time. Gray tells her to stay alert. They are just starting. Man, Gray is worried about her, and she is just simping over him. MC now realizes that these ogres are very weak. If they are this weak, Saria can deal with them alone. But he is worried about that boss in the tent, and this boss is eyeing them. Gray senses the danger, and he is scared, and tells Saria that they need to quickly run. What's wrong? The Master asks. MC yells at her to just do it. Nice color contrast between their red and blue eyes. Master gets scared on seeing him like this. She understands and they both quickly start running at full speed, but someone is jumping over them and bam! This ogre boss slams in front of them. Master is worried, but she is still smiling and states that it's the elite ogre, and it's an honor that the boss itself came to them. They really do kill a lot of ogres and goblins in these manhwas, right? Gray now shouts and tells us that's not the boss, the real bosses. But before he could say anything else, some other ogre gives out a war cry, and we see this army of ogres charge at our duo. The war cry was like a buff and it enraged the ogres. Master is now scared and asks what is that? Something far stronger than an elite ogre is standing behind the army. MC now tells us that it's an ogre general and he is this nest's true boss. Master can't believe this. If it really is an ogre general, then they can't handle this on their own. Saria senses danger and turns around. The elite is charging at them from the other side, so she decides that they should kill this elite and run. Master and this elite clash. Saria is locked on, and does a massive swing/hits but and the ogre bleeds, but it's not much. Master is shocked to see that the wound on this ogre starts to heal. MC is fighting the rest of the ogres and states that it's no use. The ogre general's war cry boosted his soldiers' strength and recovery powers, and that's why they feel strangely strong. Saria is unable to defeat even a single one now, but Gray keeps on cutting these ogres, and he leaves his back to Saria, and tells her to just buy him some time. She doesn't need to defeat this boss. Master asks what's he planning. MC knows there's only one choice left and that is to take down this ogre bastard. Next chapter starts with Gray clashing with the small ogres, and he is annoyed by all the flanking they are doing, but still MC is pushing back. One more ogre tries to attack from the side. Gray is fully focused on defeating all the enemies in front of him. MC swing the sword against the axe, and it immediately shatters on impact. MC now realizes that his sword can't withstand against these strengthened ogres. Ogre attacks, so Gray has to jump back, and he equips his other sword. He is glad that He had another spare, but it might break as well. Saria also throws her spare sword towards Gray. Nice catch, and he thanks her. Now he got 2 swords again, but they are not enough fight the general, but the rest should be easy enough, so he quips his other blade and now dual wielding. MC zigzags across the small ogres, slicing them quickly. One ogre attacks and we see blood come out from Gray, but he quickly blocks the other strike. MC is hurt and he is getting pushed back, but he does a massive slash and clears some ogres. General and his glowing sword are waiting for Gray. General, looking absolutely terrifying, does another roar. MC is shocked to see that this bastard general strengthened these ogres even more, and they start doing these crazy fury attacks. Gray realizes that this general saw through his plan, which means this general has some very high intellect. Swords and axes are clashing, sparks are flying, and our hero is getting pushed back, more like pushed down, but he doesn't want to deal with these small bitches, so he charges at the general, still zigzagging through these monsters. Gray doesn't have time to deal with them, so he kills all that he can, and moves forward. One ogre straight up tackles MC to stop him, and another one jumps at him ready to swing his axe. MC dodges his attack and the axe hits the small ogre, crushing him instantly. Gray realizes that they are trying to wear down his swords by throwing themselves at him. Suddenly another massive ogre comes to punch MC, but MC blocks it with his nearly broken sword, but the punch is strong enough to send Gray flying. MC is really fucked now. Another sword is broken and now he is down to his last sword. Now he has to take on everyone with just one sword. MC now thinks that because of his experience before he regressed, he knows that against all these monsters, he can't win, and if that's the case, he shouts and tells Saria to run while they are focused on him. Master smiles for some fucking reason and apologizes to MC, and tells him that she can't do that. Are you planning to die for nothing? MC yells. He assures her that he'll run after her. That's not it. Master replies. She looks down and tells us that she can't run anymore because she got a huge cut on her thick thigh. MC is completely shocked and scared on seeing this, and so this swordsman has completely run out of options. Enraged, he starts swinging his blade, thinking that he traveled back in time so that he could defeat the liquidators, but his crazy swing gets crushed, and with that his final sword is broken. MC wonders if it's all going to end at a place like this. Gray has shattered like all his swords, and the ogres are about to finish him, but this crazy bitch is not ready to give up. He knows it's not over yet. If he can get that dark power from that time, if he can only tap into that power, then all these enemies will be toast. MC is forcing himself to remember it. He is trying to remember that sensation, while still holding his broken sword. Gray is concentrating hard, and bam, he awakens, with his beast eye. Now using his dark aura sword, he slices through the ogres like a warm knife through butter, and just like that the small ogres are gone. Master is like, WTF just happened? She is confused AF. Gray is looking very messed up. He smiles with his normal human side and tells her that everything is alright. Gray is now turning all these ogres into minced meat, and with this massive cleave attack he cuts the skull sword which the general was using to buff his soldiers, and he cuts the general as well. Master is still not sure what's going on, and she is suddenly attacked by the elite, but she parries it very easily, and because there are no strength buffs on the elite, his attacks are very light. Saria locks the fuck in and tells this ogre that he sure gave her a hard time. Master now does a Zoro slash and slices this green bitch to pieces. Saria, now looking absolutely majestic, tells this bitch that without his buffs, he's nothing, and somehow out student-teacher duo killed them all. Gray now apologizes for breaking her sword. Master is like, fuck that, you saved my life. Gray hands her the broken sword, and Saria wants to ask something. She asks MC about that attack he just did, but Gray is like, peace out, and drops to the ground. Master screams his name, but he is knocked out. Like and subscribe for more. We start the next chapter with Gray waking up in some weird place. He wonders where the fuck is he, and we see that MC is standing in front of some floating door. Door seems to be locked with chains, and for some reason this door is reminding me of Kingdom Hearts, and this door is giving off some intense dark aura. MC realizes that this is his dark power. Gray wonders if he opens this door, will he get that power? So he decides to move forward, but this awesome looking death is holding him back. Sensing the danger, MC quickly jumps back. MC is now panting. For some reason he is sure that if he opens this door as he is now, he is certainly going to die, so it's a wise decision to step back, and bam, he wakes up in the real world. He is shocked about his dream. Injured Master is glad that MC woke up. Gray now asks, where am I? And we are told that he is in the village infirmary. He's been unconscious for 5 days. Saria was afraid that he might never wake up. Gray pushed himself hard, so it took a toll on his body. Master tells him that pushed hard might not be the right words to describe what he did, but forget all that. Master now asks if his body is alright, and can he move. MC checks his body, and he can't muster any strength in his right arm. He can move it if he tries hard enough. MC wonders if he'll still be able to hold a sword with this. Moreover, his bruise is spreading like a curse mark from Orochimaru. Master now states that his arm isn't moving very well. MC is shocked that she can see it, so he confesses that he can't put any strength into his dominant arm. That's exactly what Master thought, and she states that his hand won't heal back to normal anytime soon, because all the bones in his right arm are completely shattered. Gray can't believe his bones are in pieces, but it doesn't seem to hurt at all. Master now tells us that's because he was treated with a magic potion. MC is like, what? Isn't it very expensive? He asks. Master sits down and tells him to stop worrying about it. The village chief gave it to them. Gray is confused and asks why the chief would give it to someone like him. Saria asks, what does that mean? And she tells MC that he is the hero of this village. MC is like, what? Suddenly the chief barges in, calling out Gray. MC sees the chief and thanks him for the healing potion, but the chief is like, it's them who should be thanking him. It was an ogre general they're talking about. It's a monster that couldn't be defeated, even after all the forces from the surrounding town gathered to fight it. And such a monster was targeting their village, and if MC hadn't defeated it, their village would have been destroyed. If it weren't for him and Saria, nothing would have survived. So this potion, this infirmary, and the lives of the villagers he saved, none of this would even be here. MC tells the chief to stop exaggerating. Chief tells MC that he should know that he is not exaggerating. Gray thinks about it and wonders if the chief is right. In his previous life, the village was supposed to be destroyed by the ogre's attack. Chief tells Gray that if he's still not understanding the significance of what he's done, then Chief would be glad to explain it to him in detail. Now he states that he was told that MC is going to take the entrance exam for the World Union Academy, right? MC is like, yeah, and suddenly he remembers that he went to kill the ogres a week before the exam, and if he's been asleep for 5 days, that leaves him with only 2 more days before the exam, and it's a 3-day walk from the village to the academy. MC could get there in a day on a horse, but he doesn't have that kind of money, so he asks the chief to lend him a horse. Chief knew he'd say something like this, so he prepared the best horse in the village for him in advance, with her legs. Gray should be able to get there in no time. Master now tells him that if he hadn't woken up today, they were going to carry him to the academy, and so MC opens the door to get out, and he is slapped by some intense sunlight, and all the villagers have come out to thank him and wish him luck for the exam. People are thanking and telling him to pass the exam. All the cute girls are thanking him for saving the village. They even offer him something. Gray takes it and asks what is it, and we are told that it's something the whole village chipped in for him, because they heard it costs a lot to apply for the World Union Academy. MC can't believe everyone did that, so he thanks everyone, and states that coming back would be difficult if he fails the exam now. Master tells him there's no need to worry, because not a single applicant in the whole academy could beat an ogre general. Gray is not happy about his right arm. Master now asks if his left arm still works fine, right? MC is like yes, but Master assures him that's more than enough. He doesn't need to use the dark power either. MC now states that the entrance exam might not be so lenient, that he can just pass with one arm. It's fine, Master replies, and tells him that the academy's examiners won't be so blind as to overlook his abilities. She guarantees it, that Gray will definitely pass. Gray thanks her, and because she put it like that, now he can't fail. Gray now moves towards the academy thinking that his village was destroyed in the previous world, but it still exists here. Dude is already changing the timeline. MC knows that this world is no longer the same as the old one, which means the future can be changed with his power, so he's off to the academy, and so MC has arrived at the academy and he thanks the horse. Thanks to her he made it in time. Gray looks forward with hope at this structure in the middle of the water. This huge building is the World Union Academy. We start the next chapter at this Colosseum-looking building. This is the test center, and it is announced that they are going to start distributing the exam tickets. Until this process is completed, all the students are told to stay in the arena. Gray is in the mix with all the other examinees, but only 20 of them are going to pass. Other examinees are talking that the number of successful candidates changes every year. In some years, the academy even accepts 50 people, and sometimes only one person makes it. Now Professor Ariel, nice name, is going to say something. This red-hair mermaid now snaps her fingers, and they are going to start distributing tickets. Examinees are told to take the paper that appears before them. She snaps again, and this golden magic starts spreading throughout the arena, and it's carrying some origami birds, and these origami birds appear in front of other examinees in gray. MC gets his paper and he is examinee number 513 and he is in the fencing course. MC is sure everyone got their own paper. Poseidon's daughter now announces that some of them might be surprised to see that nothing is written on their paper except their number and course, but they should rest assured, that's how it is every year. Oh, she is wearing a monocle, interesting, and she tells everyone that the World Academy does not discriminate based on age, gender, nationality, status, or anything else. Even their names are of no significance to them, and so we get A full look at this Ariel. She keeps talking and states that only those who pass the exam can earn the right to cross the bridge, will be asked for their name. Students can even give a fake name if they prefer. MC remembers that he left his sword at the inn, but the paper still says he's in the fencing course, so he wonders what kind of system is this. Furthermore, Ariel now announces that she assigned them courses based on how they look, and she invites them to raise their hand if she got it wrong. Okay, she does look cool. People are not sure as how the fuck she picked their courses just by looking at them, so they wonder if she's joking, because there's no way she did that with how many of them are here. Students are sure they were checked out beforehand, or maybe she used some kind of mind-reading magic on them. Ariel is glad to see that everyone is in the right course. Next she's going to announce their exam schedules, so they better check their tickets. Gray's exam is on the first day at 11 a.m. But MC is not happy about it. He was hoping for a little more time to let his arm heal. Ariel now tells everyone that it's a one-shot practical exam. If they are late, they're automatically disqualified, so they need to make sure to come on time, and the academy does not accommodate personal requests for schedule changes. Things are not looking good for Gray, because he still can't get enough strength into his dominant hand. He is hoping and praying that it somehow gets healed by tomorrow, even if just a little bit. Scene now shifts to the next morning. MC is ready, but his arm didn't heal at all, so it seems like he's going to have to take this exam with his left arm, and so this injured MC is called to wait at the arena entrance. MC is ready and thinks that he shouldn't be pessimistic about this, because his left arm is fully functional, and he can still move his right arm to some extent, plus he needs to use the time to watch the examiner's moves and find an opening and strike. Now MC is watching the match of another examinee, and he is told to make the first move. Now this Buster Sword guy charges at the examiner. He swings his massive sword, but the examiner easily dodges it. But the big sword guy is not done yet, so he swings his massive sword to the side, but the examiner easily parries it. Striker can't believe how easily his strike was blocked. Examiner now knocks back this massive sword, and gets down, ready to attack, and with one super strong swing, the examiner sends the guy flying, and slamming on the ground, and with that his exam is concluded. He may retrieve his weapon and exit the arena. Seeing all this, MC smiles. He knows he's done for. Nice panel, and it's Gray's number. Gray is worried that he has to fight as someone who beat a guy larger in built than him, and that too with one arm, and again Gray is told to make the first move. MC is holding the sword with both hands and it feels like he doesn't stand a chance, but he's still going to do whatever he can, and so he charges forward, all the while remembering that Saria taught him that a sword isn't swung with just his arms. He needs to channel the power generated by his entire body through his arms. MC remembers all he was taught. Gray knows his right arm is powerless, so he's going to drive the force through his other muscles, and he does this powerful swing, but the examiner somehow manages to dodge it. Gray knows he can't fight the way he usually does, if swinging a sword without arm strength was so easy, no one would train their body in the first place. Examiner is about to swing back, but seeing the instructor's sword coming for him, MC thinks that it's kind of slow, and so Gray is able to block the attack. MC realizes that this examiner has insane power, but his speed and technique doesn't even come close to Saria's, so if Gray relies on the swordsmanship he learned from her, he might be able to make up for the difference in arm strength, and if that's the case, our boy locks in. He starts going batshit crazy and starts dueling with the examiner. This poor instructor is getting pushed back, because he can't keep up with Gray's speed. MC now realizes that this bitch isn't strong at all. Gray remembers Saria telling him that he'll definitely pass, so he starts pushing harder, and knocking back the examiner. Now even with his left hand, he is starting to believe that he really can do this. Next chapter starts with Gray and the instructor going at each other. Gray has already seen through the instructor's swordsmanship, and he is pushing hard, but the instructor is able to evade his attacks, and the difference in power is showing. Gray can't break his form. It's not easy to win with just one hand after all, but with that said, the instructor's movements are becoming rougher. MC knows it's a bit risky, but maybe if he does it now. Gray is suddenly pushed back, but he ducks under the swing, waiting for a chance. MC is baiting him. Instructor does a wide swing. This is the chance Gray was waiting for, so he grounds his foot, because nothing is more likely to expose an opening than a big predictable swing, and our sword boy Flash steps behind the instructor. Instructor is shocked. Gray knows that no matter how great the difference in power is, MC just needed to get behind this examiner, but before MC could pierce him, the exam is stopped. Gray stops his sword right before impaling the instructor. Boy was in the zone. Now he wonders if the exam is over, but it's too early to stop now. And some other examiner tells us that with this the time limit for the exam has been reached. Gray is confused to hear that the result is a draw, like WTF, he owned that examiner. Our boy is sad that he didn't make it, and he is about to drop his sword, thinking that he did try his best. Gray realizes that if he can't even win against this bitch instructor, then things will be difficult for him. His arm should be healed by next year, so he'll take the exam again, and now MC thanks us for coming with him. LOL. Scene now shifts to 1 week later, and we are in the World Union Academy meeting room 53, and these old fucks are sitting around the round table. This Dumbledore-looking guy states that now that the exams have finished, what are their thoughts on the candidates? One examiner is tired, and some other guy is not a fan of everyone observing together, and suggests that they should divide the workload next year, because they can't afford to overlook a talent simply for the sake of making things easier for themselves. Dumbledore guy smiles and states that he asked to hear their thoughts on the students, not the exam system. They start with the swordsmanship course, and he summons the files on every student, and he asks who are the students that passed. This JTR-looking guy now states that as always those who beat the examiner pass, the rest are based on the quality they showed, and how they held out during the 15-minute time. So he asks what does everyone else from swordsmanship course thinks, and we are told that other than those who beat the examiner, candidates 5, 217, and 753 stand out. Gray's number 513 isn't here. Some other instructor states that they should keep it like that, even if others joined, they wouldn't be able to keep up in class. JTR guy agrees, and asks if anyone thinks otherwise, and all of them are silent. Dumbledore guy is about to confirm the successful candidates for swordsmanship course, but he stops on hearing someone ask about candidate number 513, our boy. Dumbledore looks to the side and it's our beautiful redhead, Ariel, and she asks about 513. This glasses guy gets annoyed on hearing this. This examiner remembers 513. JTR guy pulls up the feet of this little guy, and they talk that it certainly looked like he was going to win, but he had to rely on setting up traps to beat an examiner. Things might be difficult for him in the future. JTR guy admires Gray's technique, but his strength was lacking. It feels like he was outmatched from the start until the end, and if that's the case, then he's no good. This piece of shit examiner is glad to hear this, but Ariel with her juicy lips sighs. She wonders that even after all of them watched Gray, no one noticed, and if everyone is blind then maybe having everyone observe together really is a waste. Man, I am liking her. Scene now shifts to the next day, and candidates are gathered around this clock tower, and Gray is checking his ticket. Soon the successful candidates for the swordsmanship course will be announced, and 6 candidates have passed in this course. Gray is hoping for the best. Candidate number 5, 217, 432, 615, 753, and 925 have passed. That's all. These 6 have been accepted in the swordsmanship course, and our boy failed. He seems devastated. Successful candidates are told to cross the bridge and complete their enrollment procedure by the end of the day. All these passing bastards are happy with their fire tickets while our boy is sad. He failed after going through everything. While the failing candidates are crying, Academy is going to announce the Divine Eye special admission, and bam, suddenly Gray's ticket starts burning with this intense blue flame, and it is announced that candidate number 513 is the special Divine Eye admission. Everyone including Gray is like, what the fuck? MC can't believe he passed. People around him are talking and it seems like they know something about this special admission, but this is the first time Gray is hearing about this admission. Now these random bastards states that it's just someone getting backdoored in, and they believe that the World Union Academy really has fallen. Hearing these fucks, MC wonders about this backdoored, but he doesn't have any connections, so he wonders if it's through Saria. Still he didn't hear anything about this. Now some old fart appears and tells these bastards to stop talking about Divine Eye special admission like that. And he tells us that this is an honorable category that has produced heroes for over 100 years, but these bastards mock this geezer for loving Divine Eye, and they state that these Divine Eye people were only impressive back in the day, right? People are talking that recent Divine Eye candidates, which include Amy White, Bella Albright, Leek Muller, and Jacob Bloomfield, people are talking as to how all these Divine Eye people are complete failures. Even the current candidates know about them. Gray remembers Amy, Bella, and Jacob, and how all 3 of them were part of the main force against the Liquidator. So what about Leek Muller? Who the fuck is he? Wasn't the guy named Brian Miller? Never mind, let's continue. Gray knows how awesome these people are going to become, and now his name will be alongside them. Next chapter starts with 30 minutes before the entrance ceremony. Students are told if they have finished changing, they are to assemble in the plaza in front of the main office. Students are dressed, and they are wearing the Academy's insignia. Students are in uniforms and Gray is looking sharp as fuck. Students have arrived at in front of the main office but there's nothing here. Now someone walks in and apologizes, because they had a bit of a delay setting up due to some mix-up. Now this guy tells these confused students to step back a little, so he can put the stairs in that spot, so the whole group moves back. That's perfect, glasses guy tells them. Students now get even more confused to see this guy get on his knee, and he puts his hand on the ground, and bam, this giant golden magic circle appears, and from this golden circle out come stairs and what looks like an amphitheater. Students are amazed to see all this huge building appear out of nowhere. Glasses guy apologizes again for the delay, and tells the students to sit wherever they want. Students are shocked, but they are like, okay. Students now realize that this was teleportation magic, but it's still shocking that they can teleport something this big. Gray quietly sits on a chair and thinks that the academy probably wanted to hold the entrance ceremony in a place where they can see the school building, and our boy is impressed with this extravagant way to use teleportation magic. Gray is excited to see the power of the World Union Academy. MC hears other students talking that the number of seats here is a bit excessive, and if only 30 students were accepted, then there's no need for this many seats. Now we see this cute-looking girl asking some guy if he doesn't even know about that. This ponytail guy apologizes and states that other than how to wield a sword, he really never studied anything, and if that's the case, this girl is going to tell us now that this academy gathers the best students from all over the world, and now she points up to inform us that they are here, and holy fuck, it's giant blimps and dragons, a whole lot of them. But the students don't know what that blimp thing is. Gray can't believe his eyes and tells us that it's the magic airship, Stardo Queen. MC boarded it once before when he was part of the Liquidator Subjugation Squad. It's one of the largest airships in the world, and the Academy is bringing it out just for an entrance ceremony? But that is the World Union Academy, they do everything big, and so the ship lands, and from it appear some colorful hair students. It looks like everyone has arrived, and they are about to start the entrance ceremony. Headmaster is thanked for his speech. Gray is bored AF. The ceremony is the same as any normal ceremony, there's nothing special. Next are the greeting from the top students of each course. The guy sitting next to MC named Leon Hart stands up. He's the top student of the swordsmanship course, and he is told to come forward. He starts walking down the stairs. Students start talking that this is the guy who defeated the examiner in an instant during the entrance exam. He comes to the stage and greets the instructors, and we are told that he's as good as any of the professors when it comes to swordsmanship. This golden bastard is Leon Hart Apias. Gray seems impressed. Okay, let's just call him Leon. Leon asks the instructors if he's allowed to speak freely. Yes, of course they reply. Leon thanks them and turns around to speak. He puts his hand down and states that he has one complaint that he'd like to make to the academy. Now he addresses his fellow students. No, to all of them who were admitted the proper way, it is an honor to be admitted to this academy with the rest of them, so that they may graduate as individuals capable of making meaningful contributions to the world. Let us work hard together. He looks forward to the day when they can aim high together. As students of this prestigious academy, I already hate this guy. Now he looks towards Ariel and states there is someone among them who doesn't deserve to be here. Am I correct, Divine Eye Professor Ariel? He asks. Ariel is confused to hear this question. Professor now tells him that all the students here have passed the rigorous exam, though they may not be as strong as him. She doesn't think it's a wise idea to exclude them. And why is he asking her? This golden boy now states that he is not talking about those who passed their exam properly. This bastard is talking about the student she backdoored into her Divine Eye special admission. This golden piece of shit now shouts and tells the special admission student to show himself, return his uniform and leave the academy right now. This bitch is just jealous of MC. Students are wondering what the fuck is going on. Even Gray is wondering what's up with the hostility. Actually, Gray is glad that this bastard doesn't know his face. He was sitting right next to him. MC knows he won't get caught up in this if he doesn't step forward. Ariel is happy that this year's new students are quite lively. Leon shouts at the professor that he's being serious here. She needs to stop admitting students by backdooring them but before he could finish his sentence, Ariel moves like the wind. She gets behind Leon and emitting aura. She asks if he thinks he is stronger than that special admission kid. Oh boy, I love her. This was so cool. All the students are shocked. Leon is like, what? This golden shit now gets angry, and states that of course he is stronger. Or is she saying that he's wrong? Ariel likes his attitude, and she wants to make a bet with him. Leon confirms if she wants a bet, and yes, she does want to make a bet with her job and that kid's admission at stake. Oh boy, this got spicy. Next chapter starts with Gray being totally shocked to hear about this bet. Leon now asks Ariel if she's planning to make him fight that special admission kid, but Ariel wouldn't do such a boorish thing, because if this special admission kid goes all out, Leon will end up dead. And as an educator, she mustn't put her students' lives at risk. Who the fuck is this chick? She hasn't even met Gray yet. What the fuck, and her playing with the monocle is so sexy. She might be my new favorite after Media from Sashimi Chef. Leon is pissed, his veins are popping, and in anger he asks if Ariel is provoking him, but the professor is serious, and she wants to make their bet about monsters instead. That way, it'll be safer. Besides, isn't Leon much better at fighting monsters than humans? Leon is pissed and impressed at how informed the professor is. Now he asks what is the bet exactly. Ariel tells us that it's simple. They just need to kill the monsters she picks as targets. Each round the target monster will get stronger, and whoever can't defeat their target monster first loses. If Gray loses, Ariel will retire from her position as professor, and all special admission students will be expelled, which means Amy and Bella and everyone else. MC is getting confused by all this, and if this golden piece of shit loses, he'll have to do whatever Ariel says. How about it? Professor asks. Leon locks on his expensive sword and asks about his target monsters because this bitch can handle any opponent, and he states that he better not be caught up in some weird setup. Ariel thinks and states that for the first target, how about an ogre general, or is that too easy for him? Other students are shocked and scared to hear this. MC is annoyed and wonders why did this crazy professor specifically choose an ogre general. In anger, this deep shit Leon slams his fist and asks if Ariel is kidding. An ogre general isn't a monster someone can kill all by themselves, he shouts, but Ariel isn't telling him to kill one immediately, and so the time frame set for this bet is this whole year. Is that okay? She asks. Leon, still angry, shouts that if someone could kill a disaster-level monster single-handedly with just a year of training, people wouldn't suffer, and he tells the professor to choose a realistic target, but suddenly he realizes something. I see now, he utters, and states that Ariel is deliberating choosing a monster that no one can defeat, so that she can end this with no clear winner, but Leon won't agree to that. Professor now moves forward in her sexy heels, and adds one more condition to the bet: if it's a draw, he wins. Man, she is really confident that MC would win. Granted, he did beat an ogre general a few chapters back. Leon is confused to hear this. Professor elaborates: if that kid fails to defeat the ogre general, she'll be automatically fired, and all the special students would be expelled. How's that? This sexy aura farming professor asks. Leon calls her insane, and states that the outcome of this bet seems already decided. Leon wants to make sure that it's not like some weakened ogre. Professor moves his majestic hand and tells him of course. Now looking majestic AF, she summons a pen and paper, and she tells us that she has written down the detail on this magic contract. Leon may sign it if he doesn't have any problems with it. Leon takes a look at this pink contract, and he's in. Leon asks again if she really thinks that kid can win. Who knows? Professor replies, and she just sits back down. Other instructors are confused as to what is going on with Professor Ariel. They wonder if this old raccoon wishes to retire using the bet as an excuse. That very well could be, because she's well past her prime now. But Ariel doesn't give a fuck what they think. MC can't believe that this is official now. But suddenly MC realizes that Ariel included the ogre general he defeated before. Enrolling here when she set the time frame to be the whole year. Ariel is staring at Gray now. MC now realizes that the bet was already a done deal the moment it began. Ariel and Gray won without doing anything. MC realizes that this crazy bitch plays dirty. Professor looks at Gray and signs him to stay shut about all this. Scene now shifts to the classroom, and we are studying the basics of magic. Instructor states that some of the students might be surprised that they already started a lecture on the first day. But as students of this academy, they should know that not a single day should be wasted. Now we are going to start with the most basic of basics, how to utilize magic. Students are told that inside their bodies lies an invisible energy called ether, or chakra, and by manipulating it through circuits one can do some weird stuff that we are not told yet. Our poor MC is learning. He was afraid that he won't be able to keep up with the classes, but he is managing it. Somehow, Gray already heard this same explanation back at the boot camp. Now Gray looks to the side and realizes that his only problem now is that he ended up in the same class as Leon. MC is hoping that this golden bastard doesn't find out that he's a Divine Eye special admission student. Suddenly this teacher calls out to Gray for looking bored. He's got some nerve to be already looking away less than 5 minutes into the lecture. Gray apologizes and can't believe that this teacher noticed him with just a glance, but he's sitting at the very back. Teacher closes his thick book and tells Gray to show it to the class if he's so confident. Teacher is sure that Gray can use basic magic, right? Man, I really hate these types of teachers. MC shows some respect and states that because they are in the swordsmanship course, he thought it would be fine if he couldn't use magic. Teacher now tells us that even if they can only use a sword in a real fight, they still need to know the basics of magic so that they can coordinate with a mage. They need to have a grasp of how it feels. MC is amazed that even this teacher's explanation is the same as the boot camp. So he wonders if the spell he's going make them remember is also the same one. It looks like other students are noticing Gray and talking about him. MC remembers and asks if this spell could be the ether bullet. Teacher is amazed that this random student knows about it, so he asks if he can use it. And yes, our boy can use it. Gray is glad that he went through that hellish boot camp. Instructor is like, this is a good opportunity, so they should make this a match. And he asks if Leon can use the ether bullet as well, and of course this golden boy can use it. Now he boosts himself even more by telling us that he trained in magic and swordsmanship before he even started school, so it'll be a bit risky for Gray to go up against him in a real fight. Professor reminds him that no matter how big the skill gap is, they are only going to use the ether bullet, so no one's going to die, and he's not going to tell them to hold back either. And this piece of shit professor now tells Leon that Gray is this year's divine eye. Every student now starts looking at MC. Gray is angry and confused. This bastard professor spilled everything. Leon now slaps his hand and he is ready to show Gray how things work properly. He's going to show MC what kind of place this academy really is, and he straight up threatens MC to step down. Our boy is scared, but he does come down. The duel is about to start, and when this piece of shit instructor gives his signal, both participants shoot an ether bullet at each other. MC remembers that he only spent a few days learning magic at the boot camp, and even though the teacher said he's not going to die, but it looks like Gray won't get out of this unscathed and begin. Leon starts gathering his chakra. He's ready to show MC the difference in their strength. Leon has light blue aura, or ether, so MC locks in with his dark blue ether, and they both start channeling and fire. Leon fires this small ether bullet, and Gray fires an ether fucking bomb, but they are both shocked to see that Gray's ether bomb crushed Leon's pesky small bullet, and the bomb is now about to hit this scared golden boy. Teacher sees this and quickly summons a golden barrier. This golden barrier clashes with Gray's bomb protecting Leon. Teacher now relaxes thinking that it was a close call, but nope, the barrier gets destroyed, and this ether bomb hits near Leon. The shockwave from this bomb hits all the students, and Leon is sent flying. Professor quickly runs to check if the golden boy is alright. Leon stands up and he is fine. Professor is glad to hear this. Now this teacher stares at Gray, and thinks that if the barrier had not dampened the impact, it could have killed Leon. Professor realizes that even among all the professors, no one can cast an ether bullet this strong, so he calls out to MC and asks what the fuck did he just do. Even MC is not sure what he just did. He's even more confused at how feeble Leon's bullet was. He definitely did not cast the same spell as MC. Gray now wonders if the ether bullet he learned at the boot camp is different from the one they teach at the academy, so MC asks the teacher if he perhaps used the wrong spell, but no. That spell was the ether bullet, but the quality of his bullet is different. What he just used was not normal ether, it was super compressed ether. Neither MC nor anyone else in the class has ever heard of this super compressed ether. Teacher now shows his aura and explains that it's a power that even professors have trouble producing, but somehow in that moment, Gray managed to produce and reform it into a spell. There isn't a single person in the academy who can replicate what he just did. All the students are impressed and suggest that if MC is this amazing he should have enrolled in the magic course. MC is sure that something fucked up is going on. He remembers that all the spells he learned at the boot camp were like this, and even among them Gray was the one lacking behind. So Gray summons the compressed ether again in this awesome looking panel and asks if the professor is pulling his leg, because anyone should be able to pull off something like this with proper practice. Seeing this the professor laughs, which confuses Gray. Now this bastard teacher starts laughing like crazy, and Gray is wondering what happened to him. Professor grabs Gray and asks him if he would like to join the magic course. He'll even vouch for him, stating that he's definitely more talented at magic than swordsmanship, but no, MC will pass, because he was told that he's not very good at magic. Teacher tells him to stop joking. He's producing super compressed ether at such a young age. He's an unparalleled prodigy, even by academy standards. Professor can personally guarantee it. Professor can't believe which fucking fool said that Gray had no talent. They clearly had no idea what they were talking about, so he asks MC again if he's sure that he does not want to transfer to the magic course. Students are amazed that this professor who rarely gives praise, is praising MC too much, but whatever the case, Professor points out that it would be a loss for the whole world if he doesn't study magic. Professor goes even far as to say that it would be a crime against magic. Gray just laughs it off, but suddenly MC remembers that he's heard about this ether compression technique before. It was back then at the boot camp. Scene now shifts to his previous life and someone is giving a lesson, and we are told that in the past people didn't know about how or why a life force existed, and because of that, it was very difficult to cast proper magic. The one giving the lesson is some Athena-looking thick beauty, or is it Bella? Gray is listening to her explain that one had to continuously compress ether in their body, and then try to gather and use only the bits that happen to mix with the life force by chance. Now this thick Greek beauty states that looking back on all this, it's kind of laughable, right? And we are back. Gray now asks the professor if he knows about OD, which is another name for life force. Professor has no idea what this OD is. From the professor's reaction, MC confirms that the world still doesn't know about the existence of OD currently. If that's the case, then what MC learned in the subjugation squad is actually knowledge from the future. Gray needs to choose carefully who he tells about OD. Professor now asks again if MC will transfer to the magic course. Gray apologizes and tells him that he loves swords. He is grateful for his offer, but he'll have to pass. Professor is like, okay, it's fine if that's how MC feels about it. but if he should ever change his mind, MC can find him anytime. Gray is tired of all this, but thanks the professor for the offer. MC is now told to get back to his seat. Professor won't chide him anymore if he looks away during class. Professor won't mind even if Gray leaves the class if he's bored, because this lecture is far too basic for him. Students can't believe that this professor named Carlos thinks that highly of Gray. Seeing MC leave, Leon holds his heart and calls MC Lord Gray. OMG, this golden bitch has fallen for MC. MC gets weird chills on seeing this golden bastard. Scene shifts, and we see that MC got a letter from Ariel. MC got a summon to see Ariel after class today. MC wonders if it's that Professor Carlos is doing, and he's wondering if Professor Ariel is going to recommend that he change courses. Gray has arrived at the door. MC knocks at the door. Ariel confirms that it's Gray and tells him that the door is unlocked, and so MC enters the room, and suddenly he notices a sword coming at him from the side, so quickly he equips his sword in reverse grip, and parries the strike with a backhand. Talk about impressive, and he knocks back the attacker. This white hair attacker is shocked. Gray realizes that his body reacted on its own. MC now wonders what the fuck was that for, and we see this girl assailant on the floor. Gray is shocked because he thinks he's seen this cute AF girl somewhere before. Like and subscribe for more.